Hey T Squad, it's me Keisha, and I'm here with my all tea, all shade next gen NYC season 1 episode 1 review. I gotta say, I really enjoyed the premiere episode of this show. If you did not get a chance to watch it, I would suggest that you do. You can watch it on Bravo or over on Peacock. So the episode begins with us being introduced, or reintroduced, shall I say, to Ariana Bierman, Kim Zolciak's daughter, who has moved to New York City to become a fashion designer. She's always had dreams of having her own clothing line, and she's looking for an apartment while walking her big ass dogs. She was a little chubby little girl when she was little. She's really petite now, got little tattoos. She seems like she has a really good head on her shoulder. She's not as annoying as her mother and older sister. I like Ariana thus far. Then we're reintroduced to Brooks, who is Meredith Marks from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's son. He is a model and a designer, and we catch up with him at a photo shoot with his mother, Ava Dash, who is Dame Dash's daughter, and this dude by the name of Charlie come and visit him on set. And Charlie decides to get on Brooks' little sister, Chloe. Now, we've seen Chloe on Salt Lake City here and there throughout the years, but she hasn't appeared as much as her older brother. Really cute girl. She looks like Meredith, acts like Meredith to an extent. But he likes her, asks how old she is. I forgot how old she says she was, but he's 29. So I don't really know if he should really be getting on her or not. I can't remember how old she was, but he's 29 years old. Keep that in mind. We then go back to Ariana, who is out having dinner with her boyfriend, Hudson, who she's been on and off again for years, ever since like they were in high school, middle school, or whatever. Hudson comes from money, okay? His family, his father started Zaxby's. Yes, Zaxby's, the food chain down in Atlanta that I've heard nothing but great things about. Have y'all ever had Zaxby's? Tells me if it's good or not. But he comes from money. She does not come from money, and what is going on with her family as of right now. Her mama and daddy ain't got no money no more. They ran through all of the money that they made doing reality television, and she tells us how she had her first brand deal at the age of 14, and she was making substantially great money doing at least about 3 posts per week. And I guess her mom and Croy were in control of her money, putting it away for her. But she found out 2 years ago that they spent all of her money. Kim and Croy spent all of that girl's money. She don't know what they used it on or anything. Nothing. But she just talked to her mother, and they on FaceTime, and Kim up here drinking expensive wine, but got the nerve to still be asking this little girl for money. How are you? I wouldn't even feel comfortable asking my child for money unless I absolutely needed it. It was necessary. But considering what you've done to her, the audacity to be able to part them inflated lips of yours and ask this little girl for money. How about you go and get a job? You were a registered nurse at one point. Take your ass back and get recertified, whatever you need to do, and go back to work. How about that? Because I'm pretty sure when you're getting paid for these little reality shows that you be out here doing, you ain't giving her no money. You ain't kicked her back none of the money that you and Croy took from her to continue to fake and front like y'all had it and y'all didn't. And her boyfriend, Hudson, doesn't like the fact that she continues to give her mother money. And she was like, it's none of your business. He was like, no, it's our business because they're moving in together. And he sees how it affects her. And it's trifling that Kim would even do that to her and then continue to ask her for money. And she was like, well, what am I going to do? Tell her no, if she needs it to help, with my little brothers and sisters. But he was like, you don't even know if that's what she's actually using the money for. So if I was her and you need money from me, okay, what you need money from me for? If it's a bill, send it to me, I'll pay it. If the kids need clothes, all right, I'll buy it. Send it down there to them. But as far as giving you cash money, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Kim, we already knew she was trifling and but this takes the cake. And I'm so happy that Ariana had the balls to expose her mama and Croy for what they did to her. I really do. I really do, because Kim ought to be shamed. She really should. Really should. And they need to make a law or something, how what they do in the movie industry when it comes to minors is that they put the money up in a trust or whatever for the kids to be able to get their money at a certain age. They need to do the same thing with these little kids that are out here, getting money from influencing and posting and all of that stuff, because that is so unfair. So unfair. Oh, I feel so bad for that little girl. I do like Hudson though. I like his swag. I like the way he dressed. He seems like he's a cool, level-headed little dude. I like him. Brooks and Chloe link with another cast member by the name of Georgia. Georgia is very artsy, eclectic. She throws parties. Everybody in New York knows her. Like, she's an it girl around town. Charlie invites Chloe out for drinks. So they're going to go out on a little date, okay? And Brooks don't really know how he feel about one of his friends trying to date his little sister. I mean, it is weird. It is awkward at the end of the day, because if anything goes wrong or left, I'm in the middle, and it's just too much. It's really honestly too much. Then we go to Ava, who's in the car with Dame, and are they married? Did Dame marry that lady? I can't remember if he married his baby mama or not. But Dame is with his longtime woman partner. I forgot her name. They have a son together named what is that? Dusko. So cute. And she's playing I Spy with her little brother in the car, and she's telling him, I spy something black. And Dame said, definitely not one of Ava's boyfriends. I was like, ain't nothing changed about this man except his bank accounts, baby. It's still so effed up how that man made all these bad business decisions and lost all of that money. Oh my goodness gracious alive. But I fucks with Dame. He's a visionary, legendary. He did a lot for hip hop, so I always give him the respect, and he be dropping some jewels. But it do be cracking me up, because Ava do not be dating black boys. Then we're introduced to Amira, who I love and have been following on TikTok for like the last 4 years, 3-4 years or whatever. She is a beauty influencer. She is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. We find out that she went to NYU. That's where she met Brooks. She's a former Paper Magazine beauty director, and she is the first black trans woman to sign to Victoria's Secret. And the one thing that I do love about this premiere episode is that there was no mention of her being trans. I really love that they are just presenting her as a woman, which is what she is. And I love that for Amira, especially for someone like myself who has seen some of her journey. When I started following her, she had already started transitioning and everything, or either had already transitioned. Gorgeous. Since I've been following her, I think she's gotten a nose job. Did she get her Adam's apple shaved down since I've been following her? I don't know, but you can still see traces of her Adam's apple. And then I think she got her boobs redone. But I love Amira. She is so funny. I love her whole aesthetic. She gives me mixed black girl, legally blonde type of vibes. She's just so cunty, as she likes to say. I love her makeup. She does makeup tutorials on her TikTok, and she attends all of these events, and she's a very pink girly girl. And I just love everything about Amira. I'm so happy that she has landed this opportunity on this show, and I just love what she represents, and I'm obsessed. Charlie and Chloe go out on their little date, and they catching a vibe with each other. You know, the conversation was flowing. He seemed to like her. She seemed to like him. Riley Burris is introduced, who we all know from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her mother is Candy the effing Burris, okay? At this point, which was last summer, which they filmed this show, Riley was 21. She had just graduated from NYU. Candy had given her a year to get it together before she cut her off financially. She says she wants to work in the music industry, which I was really shocked by, because last we'd heard Riley was trying to go to school to become a lawyer, but I guess that's out the window now. She wants to work in the music industry, and she's trying to be a DJ. I don't really know how far that's gonna go. But she trying. My only issue with Riley is that her hair. I don't know why she liked this big old Shaka Khan, Donna Summers hairstyles that make her look so old. Like, she always has looked older than what she is her whole life. Like, she looked like she could be Candy Mama. You know what I'm saying? And the hairstyles that she wears does not help at all. Like, then the makeup be too heavy, lipsticks be too dark. I just wish that she would get the look together. Other than that, I love her personality. I like that she tries to stick up for other people, even though she said that she's, trying to calm down off of that. But hopefully, she don't let nobody talk to her crazy on this show, because you know how these white kids can get, okay? And she's not the only black girl. There's 2 other black girls on the show, but they mixed. But she's the only black girl on the show. So they better keep it cute, because we don't play about Riley, okay? Brooks is on the phone, walking through the city, talking to his little sister, Chloe, and he tells her that he was offended by Charlie because Charlie texted him while they were out on their little date and was like, let's go out with Chloe after the date, assuming, of course, her and I aren't back at my place. Now, at first I was like, okay, he could have been playing, but don't play with me like that. Like, this is my little sister. You already going out with her. I don't even think you came to me and asked me, how I would feel about the situation. And then you trying to hint at you taking my little sister back to the crib to what? Smash? Like, what you think this is and who you think I am? Like, I don't know what you thinking. I don't know if he think because Brooks is gay, like he won't step to him. I don't know, but that was inappropriate. So the little sister was like, like, what would make him think that I would even sleep with him? Huh? Now, I don't know if that's going to deter her from continuing to talk to him or not, but we will see. Brooks gets off the phone with her and meets up with Riley at this boutique or whatever. And he mentions that, Ariana has moved to the city. He was like, y'all know each other. Y'all, came from Atlanta together. She was like, yeah, we used to, be around each other all the time as little girls. But when our parents fell out, we weren't around each other anymore. So she was like, I haven't really seen her or talked to her in 10 years. She was like, I don't even really know her anymore. So it's like they have to start all over again. And the good thing about it is it's like they pick up where they left off, and they're really close as of right now. And I hope that their friendship continues on, because they were really close as little girls, used to spend the night over each other's houses all the time, go on vacations with each other. And I really liked their friendship when they were little girls. And I'm so happy to see now that they're grown women that they can rekindle their friendship outside of what happened with Candy and her trifling ass mama. So Brooks tells Riley what Charlie texts him, and she was like, yeah, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. And I saw that Brooks had mentioned Kyla. Is her name Kyla or Kyra? Kyla. I think it's Kyla. Riley's stepsister or whatever, because he put her in the scenario like, how would you feel if, say for instance, I started dating Kyla and I text you that, and she was like, yeah, I would feel some type of way as well. I wonder why she didn't want to do the show. I would have loved to see her on the show and really get to see her and Riley's relationship now that they have become sisterly and really close. But reality TV ain't for everybody. Maybe we'll see her pop up here and there. But Brooks says that he's going to confront Charlie. He's not a confrontational person, but he was like, he ain't really liking how old boy was moving. So Gia is introduced. Gia Giudice, who is Teresa Giudice's daughter. And she's still living out in Jersey. She's going to college to be a lawyer. She met Brooks in 2023 at BravoCon. He then introduced her to Amira, and that's how she got acquainted with the clique. So Gia, Charlie, Brooks, and Riley attend a fashion show that Amira is walking in. So they go and support her. The fashion show was scary. I was like, Gia, like, where in the hell am I at? It was in a church. It was gothic. It was blood and gore. I was like, okay, this is too much for me. I need to go take a bath in some bless oil or something. But Brooks is really dreading confronting Charlie. He don't like that, but he feels like he has to do it. So after the fashion show, everybody link up at this little after hours little spot. And we're reintroduced to Georgia again, who meets Riley for the first time. And knowing what we find out about Georgia later on in the episode, when she meets Riley, she greets her like anybody else would with a handshake. And I was just looking like, oh, Riley, burn your hand at the stake. Just burn it off and try to regenerate a new one. This is why I keep hand sanitizer on me, and I constantly use it every time I'm outside my home and touch anything for cases like this. So Ava arrives, and she was like, she was at a shoot or something. She was like, y'all look at my new Manolo Blahniks or whatever. So she raises her foot up, right, to show off the heel. Here go Georgia grabbing the heel from the bottom. And you see her, like, after she gets done examining the shoe, y'all, her hand like slides under the sole. And everybody was like, ew, girl, you just touched the bottom of her shoe. Like, you let your whole hand slide across the bottom of this girl's shoe. And she been walking around the streets of New York City with piss and ish and gum and drool and crack and heroin and everything else on the ground. E. coli, salmonella, bird flu, coronavirus, HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, like anything that you could think of. Ew. Gross. Nasty. Like, that's why Money Can't Buy You Class. Compton's Luann was right about that. It don't matter how much money you come from. People are nasty. Nasty, okay? And everybody was grossed out, okay? Except for Charlie. So Charlie sees that Brooke is having a conversation with Gia and Riley and asks what they was talking about. Mind you, Brooks was telling Gia about the situation. So Riley was like, he talking about you? And so Brooke's sitting there on mute. And I'm like, this is your opportunity to say something. But Gia ends up telling him how Brooks feels. And Charlie was like, why are you telling me this? Why are he not telling me? Like, you trying to be his mouthpiece? Like, okay. And so she was like, I'm just basically telling you how he feel, So Brooks finally speaks up for himself and reiterates what the text message said. And Charlie was like, I didn't say that. Pulls out his phone and realizes, oh yeah, you did text this man that. So he was like, oh, I apologize or whatever. I apologize. And somebody asked him, like, what are you sorry for? He was like, I don't know. So the apology wasn't even valid at the end of the day. Like, he really honestly didn't care. He doesn't take Brooks seriously. That's obvious. So that whole thing is done and over with for the moment. You can tell that there's going to be more issues between Brooks and Charlie as this season goes on, because Charlie seems like he's very flippant. But the girls decide to go to the restroom. So it's Gia, Riley, Georgia, and Ava. And you hear Riley say on her microphone, on her, she's mic'd up, and the camera crew is outside of the women's restroom. So you hear Riley say, "Girl, you ain't wash your hands." And Georgia was like, "No, I don't wash my hands. I don't believe in that. I'm a germ person. I like germs. Germs, keep your immune system up." And Riley was like, "I don't know if you playing or not." She was like, "No, I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I don't wash my hands. No." And they was like, "Ew." Like, and you're confident in what you're saying. Like, you don't care that the world is gonna know this about you. If I was Riley, nigga, you wouldn't have been able to get me out of that bathroom because I shook your hand. I shook your hand. Then you touch somebody's bottom of their shoe. Who knows what else was on that hand of yours when you shook my hand? Girl, I would have just let my hands run, just sit under the hot water. It could have scalded all of my skin off, but I wouldn't have let up because I need to just grow new skin after that. Like, so nasty. So fucking disgusting, bro. So the girls leave the bathroom and Riley is telling everybody about how this chick don't wash her hands. And I don't blame her. So Charlie says in his confession, he's like, "I could care less whether Georgia washes her hand or not. I mean, I don't wash my hand every time I get done peeing. My dick is clean." You sure right. You sure right. Give me 50 feet. You ain't never got to worry about me. Ever. Because you a nasty O2. Okay? Gross. You and Georgia belong together. Okay? So, as the night is winding down, Georgia is about to leave and she goes to give Riley a hug. And Riley said, "Girl." She said, "Girl, you don't be washing your hands." And she was looking like, "Really? Like, you not gonna give me?" And Riley was looking like, "You damn right." Like, no. So Georgia gonna say in her confessional, "Girl, I literally just met you tonight and you're trying to tell me what to do with my body that has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with her when you have touched me. When you're trying to give me a hug goodbye and I know that you just took a piss. And you didn't even wash your nasty ass hands, and you didn't touch doors, knobs, people, shoes, probably dug up your nose, wipe your butthole." Yeah, I do have something to say when you have came in contact with me and mine. I don't care what you do over there, but you stay away from me, pig pen. Nasty. Ew. To each his own, but don't bring that over here. I really enjoy episode 1. I'm going to give the season premiere episode series premiere episode of Next Gen NYC. I'm going to give it a B+. I thought that it was really good. I like the group of young adults that they have on this show. I like all of the different nationalities and representation. I like the storyline so far, the friendships, the dating, just seeing the hustle and bustle around the city, these young people trying to figure out what they're going to do with their lives. I really am enjoying this show. I wish that there were more of the reality show kids on the show, but I do like having the other kids mixed in there as well, like the like Ava Dash and Amira and all of that type of stuff. I'm really enjoying this show. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the season premiere episode. Is this something that you want me to continue to review as the season progresses? Let's talk about it. Also, make sure you check out my Love Island season premiere review. It is up as well. And make sure you guys tune in tonight for my Basketball Wives review, because baby, I went in and let have. Okay, this is a can't miss episode that I did. Okay, you do not want to miss the video. It's one of my best, so make sure y'all tune in for that. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.